ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tapped Out Wrestling Podcast Special Watchalong Edition.
Yes.
Dude, it's been a while since we've done one of these. I'm glad we're
No,
trying
I
to
haven't
do
done
more
one.
of these.
I haven't done one in a long time, and I have missed doing it because I really enjoy these.
Yeah,
So
man.
let's fire it up and see what we got, man.
Yeah, well, let's, like before we jump in, obviously we want to set the table and kind of let everybody know what they're watching. Of course, I mean, not that there wasn't a thumbnail and not that there wasn't a picture, so you kind of knew. But Southern Fried Championship Wrestling ran their big Crossroads event. And they had been building up. Obviously, this is kind of, to me, like this is their second biggest show of the year, right behind Shindig.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And CT Cutthroat Keys has been just climbing the ladder. Something we'll get into a little bit, since he added the Jagged Edge as a manager, advisor role, chasing the title that one Billy Buck has held for quite a while there. So this is kind of was the culmination of CT Keys finally getting his opportunity, at that goal. Do you want to just jump right into it, man, and talk while we're in there, or do you want to?
Let me ask you a question first.
Sure.
I wasn't at this show.
Correct.
How did this match get over?
Very well.
Okay.
So, look, the audio we will kind of come in and out of, but just at moments. I just to kind of tell everybody that we're gonna do the introductions. We're gonna lay out and let JJ do the introductions, and things like that. But we'll mute a lot. Obviously, we'll have to mute the sound in order to, at least talk and get it through. But there will be moments where, I'll make sure. But I was very, very. This was a match where I said I knew I would enjoy it, but I even loved it more than I thought I would going into that night. So I think something special at the end. So you do want to watch all the way through. Especially for fans who are, Georgia Indy fans, Southern Fried specifically, even something that's been coming for a long, long time, I think. Well, and to be honest with you, we'll still be determined whether it's happening or not. Time will tell. So again, Southern Fried Championship Wrestling, Crossroads, the big event, main event, CT Keys versus Billy Buck.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest has been sanctioned by Southern Fried Championship Wrestling, officers in attendance, promoter David Manders, and matchmaker Bill Behrens. When the bell rings, the man in charge will be SFCW official, Mr. D. Byers. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit, and it is for the Southern Fried Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, in the corner to my right, the manager. Himself, a former Southern Fried Heavyweight Champion and a member of the 2021 Southern Fried Championship Wrestling Hall of Fame, the Jagged Edge! Tonight, he represents the challenger, a former Southern Fried Classics champion, weighing in at 275 pounds and hailing from the classic city of Athens, Georgia. This is CT Cutthroat Keys! And his opponent. In his 21-year career, he has held nearly every championship in the Southeast. Tonight, he is the reigning and defending Southern Fried Heavyweight Champion at 237 pounds. From Anderson, South Carolina, Wild Billy Buck!
All right, so there you have it, man.
Okay.
Table is set. Billy Buck, as JJ so eloquently pointed out.
Yes.
I mean, he has been doing this for a long time, and he has been the champion in so many places in the Southeast.
Oh, yeah.
So
JJ's the second best looking ring announcer in the state right now, in my opinion. So we got a good match here. We got a good one set up. CT Keys has always looked incredible.
We always talk about things like about a guy looking like a wrestler. Like, what does that even mean, right? Because a wrestler can be so many different type of things. But when you look at that guy, you're like, oh, that's an athlete. Like that's a beast.
I need to talk to him and see why I don't see him in more places, because he looks like he could get over anywhere.
Yeah, I agree. I'm always surprised that he's not in more places. That's a good point.
I mean, especially with Jagged as manager. God, that guy has been one of my favorites since the first time I saw him. We went to a show to see Terry Lawler work, and there's our first lockup. And unlock up. We went to a show to see Terry Lawler, and Jagged had a match with Xander Ramon or Xavier Reyes. I don't know what his current name is right now, where he did the old donut hole bit, where he had the weapon and he hit it and he used it on him, and then he'd hide it and he'd use it on him and he'd put it somewhere else every time the referee looked. And that was so entertaining to watch that.
Yeah.
Look at these two. There we go.
Yeah, I don't really know that, like, doing the whole test of strength thing with CTs probably was the smartest way to get started for Buck.
Is that D. Byers as referee?
Yes, it is.
He did a really good job last night.
Yeah.
At Anarchy. Nice house. That building is incredibly loud, folks.
Yeah, and it's funny. It doesn't even translate on audio. When we do audio, it's crazy because I'm there. I mean, I'm straight ahead. You can kind of see me there on the hard cam. I can't even.
I see you.
Yeah.
Look, you're like right on that support beam.
Yep, pretty much. That's my melons right there on the support beam. So, Buck's waking him up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm glad we get to do this because I didn't get to see this match because I was working that night, and you got to go. I missed an incredible show from the looks of it.
And it's funny because there was always I would say probably about a year ago. Remember making the comment of CT had everything. Like, what was missing? There was something missing, and it turns out, ironically, the missing piece apparently is standing on the outside of the ring, rooting him on, and coaching him along, because he was, CT was a 5-tool player.
Yeah. Definitely.
He just he's young, still kind of getting, getting everything kind of under him. And the coach, his personal coach there, Jagged Edge, seems to have been the missing piece that brought him all the way to elevating to getting an opportunity here for the title. And if you're going to win, I mean, it's, there's a guy. Yeah.
Look at the camera angles changing like that. I got to give credit to Adam Vance for producing this. He's done such a great job improving the video and audio and getting to the point where they've got cameras on the floor. Yeah, that's first-class coverage.
And I will tell you something that I do love about Southern Fried. You would think it would be a negative, but I actually look at it as a positive. I love the spacing between the ring and the guardrails to give the guys rooms to work. When they go outside and they wrestle and they don't, because I hate the dives when the rails are so close that like you potentially like are, But I give it to Buck, man. He doesn't back down. He takes it right to CT in this match, and like not even backing down from Jagged.
There's people we see everywhere wrestling. I think those two women drive more than anybody in the state of Georgia for wrestling.
Could be.
Now Billy Buck's getting his hands and feet together on him, and that's where he's in trouble. Buck is so talented.
Yeah.
Oh.
Billy Buck is the epitome. It's funny because he's not that old. He's just been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
He's the crafty old veteran.
Oh, what's Jagged doing?
You're going to see something very interesting here.
Oh, no. Stop him. He's unbuckling that turnbuckle or unlacing it.
He's actually cutting it. I was sitting at
Oh.
an angle where I had it up. He actually he's cutting it. The ties there, where they're tied together. He's literally got a knife and he's sitting there. He's cutting it.
Exposed turnbuckles are so dangerous.
Yeah, he got it loose, so now it's exposed.
Billy Buck really could use somebody on the outside, kind of keeping an eye on Jagged.
And those chops, man, they're louder than you would remotely think.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that at all. Oh, taking the advantage back.
So, like you said, so the backstory here is crazy. Just over time, how like Buck has fought off guys. We just recently, if you watched this current week of what's the date today, the 25th. So the 27th episode of our podcast, we talked about how like Nick Halen is now the Landmark Arena Heritage Champion, and that would be the last guy to challenge Buck for the Southern Fried title was him. He had won the Battleground and had an opportunity, and that was a phenomenal match that I'd love to have. Yeah. See what I mean? Like there's the epitome of coaching, right? So Jagged saw the stagger and the knee injury, and
oh, he tossed him. He didn't have an injury there.
No, it was he basically he swerved him a little bit there.
Oh, and he's got Jagged. What's he doing?
He'd had enough of Jagged being involved, so he's
Classic. Ooh.
Never turn your back on your opponent. That is for sure, to say the least. And like I said, the crazy thing is, man, this show was already super hot. Like it was a really really good show. That we had Happy Madness defended the titles against the Approved, the tag team titles. That was really good. Master and Machine had returned, so that had the crowd crazy. Maybe am I blurring shows? Maybe that wasn't this show. I can't.
No, it was that show.
Yeah. It was. That's the crazy thing is that everything kind of blurs together when you go to so many shows there. But
they generate so much heat in that crowd. Those fans are crazy.
Yeah, Monroe is a very special place. We always talk about like the land where kayfabe just doesn't go away.
No,
And you can see, like, Billy's getting his comeback here. I'm gonna track this for a second and give some of the sound.
Just reeling from that shot is Billy Buck. Those two forearms from Keys are nasty. Head of steam from Keys, and he drops.
Yeah, you can hear our buddy Adam Vance on the call. He dropped. Yeah, you're not gonna pin Billy Buck that way. That's for sure.
Nope.
Now,
who's Jagged get into it with?
Oh, he's those fans are always on Jagged. We also earlier in the night had Hunter James versus Luka Daniels. The Palmetto Express officially exploding and over the past few months and them getting into it led to their confrontation. And I think based on how it went down, I believe that probably is over. Hunter James got the best of him on that night. Not kind of how his night went at Anarchy this past night, but
he bled a bucket.
Yeah. like I'm with you, man. There's just I keep coming back to like why is CT Keys not more places and why the question I would ask though is this a package that I think could go on and do even more things on top
Jagged
of
and Keys.
yeah, Jagged and Keys.
They
I think
could go anywhere in the state and be fine. They really would even need like that big buildup for a lot of places too, because they get over so fast with so much heat.
Yeah, Jagged's impeccable on the mic. Jagged's old school promo style is still to this day ages super well.
There's Jeff Mooney.
I mean, Buck's in a world of hurt. I mean, it's
he's getting the advantage on him. Couldn't get the pin though.
And like I said, it's kind of hard to like just the storytelling that led up to this was just phenomenal. As far as CT fighting his way up. People, like I said, it's because it's crazy is how good he was and how somehow he just seemed to have slipped through the cracks. Forget, like he was a classics champion.
Yep.
And now this killer instinct that Jagged's got in him has done really well for his career. And I think, like I said, we're going to see more of him, hopefully, in other promotions as well. But he's going to be a very tough win. Tough, champion to dethrone there in Southern Fried, to say the least. If he can pick up a win here, because Buck's proven that he's been a tough win, a tough person to dethrone as well.
Well, the thing about Buck is, I mean, we've only been watching him 5 or 6 years, but he lost a step.
I love going back and watching like the Anarchy, like the Wild Side channel and stuff, like seeing from back in those days. A lot of those guys.
Oh, stuck that hard. Oh, yeah, I'm a big fan of anything Bill Barron's post about the old days.
Yeah.
I just look at those posters and just, read the names and say, oh, I still see that guy, or that guy's on the pro, that guy's the big time. And it's so cool. That's the blessings of technology. We can watch wrestling or comic book movies or anything 24/7.
Yeah.
You just turn it on.
Yeah, Buck's getting fired up, man. Let's see
to his feet. The fans in Monroe filling up that fuel tank that Billy Buck has.
There you go.
He turns and faces.
Oh, he popped him. Oh, there we go. Block him. Pow. Oh.
Here comes his little fire up he does, when Buck gets on a roll.
I love that. Almost Dusty style.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I love that old bit, Oh, nice. Fans love Billy Buck.
And see, here comes one of the advantages of not being solo. And like I said, it's something special that, that it's that little bit extra.
Tuning it up. Oh.
Yeah. Billy Buck is he's a champ. You're not going to beat that easy. For sure. It's funny, like Buck is a guy that as I watch, that I'll sit there and kind of go like, dude, you probably were sleeping on this guy. As far as like, you were like, and it's like because he's so good and he's so natural at it, maybe. So, it just, And
he's charismatic. The fans love him.
Yeah.
He was a heel for a little bit. I don't even think the fans hated him then.
Well, they hated. He was guilty by association, and there you see, CT's, strength, obviously. And here's the thing that people forget, like how popular, CT was. But the problem is I felt like he felt like there was a ceiling there with his popularity. Like he was only, and like I said, Jagged took him in a different direction. And,
Yeah.
Obviously you can't. Here's the thing. On one hand, you got to be like, oh, come on, you're better than that. You don't want to do that. But then you can't argue with the fact that, hey, the change got him where he's at right here in this, in this video. He's wrestling for the championship. So that's kind of the, the hard part to argue, right?
Yep.
Why does this never work out for the heels, but they do it? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah. I love the old tropes, man.
Pow! But look on the right hand there.
Uh-oh. What's he got?
The chain.
Oh! The dirtiest player in the game.
Never underestimate how sneaky's not the right word. Devious may be the word I'm looking for. Jagged Edge can be, because clearly he just laid him out with the chain. But not so fast, my friend.
Well, you can see the referee has a headache there. Did he get popped too and all that?
That's the moment, obviously, when you start to feel like things are getting a little interesting. Because now Jagged's concerned. He realizes, like, dude, I just laid this dude with a chain. Still can't put him away. That's when, they got to start wondering, like, can you put away a Billy Buck? That's the kind of that moment.
CT's up to his feet.
Yeah.
He's signaling Buck's finisher.
Yep, he's gonna give him the kick.
Tune it up, CT. Come on.
Because like you said, the old tropes in wrestling, right? Is there anything worse than getting beat by your own move? Like that's
so awesome.
I mean, and look, as jacked to the gills as freaking CT is, the last thing I want him is kicking my head off with a super kick, right?
Come on, Billy, get up. Take the kick.
Dude, he got hit with a chain. What do you mean? Just like,
Oh, he caught it. Oh, reversed it. Putting him into a submission hold. Oh, kicked him off and into the turnbuckle, into the bare turnbuckle.
Well, he stopped himself, and then he got boom. So he got jagged with the turnbuckle, but on the other hand, he caught the spear, and that is your new champion.
Wow.
The problem with having somebody on the outside and you not having somebody on the outside is what just happened is you get preoccupied with that person outside and you don't have anybody out there to watch your back. And CT Keys is your new Southern Fried Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion.
Oh, man. Jagged's in the ring now. He took a hard shot to the head.
He's the one of all people, like, hey, you cut the turnbuckle. I mean, it's your fault, right? You exposed the turnbuckle, so of course it's only fate that you had to take the shot there.
Oh, is Buck out cold?
Buck's out, Buck has just he took the spear, man. He's
champion celebrating.
Well, now you realize, like, okay, and this isn't enough for those two. Jagged and CT want to make, add insult to injury onto Buck. Buck can barely
got the belt.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to use that as a weapon, and that's a big, heavy belt.
Yeah, it's.
Oh. Jagged's pissed off. He wants to get all of it.
Yeah. Let's see if we can hear. I think we're almost to a spot. I'm going to track it for a sec.
Now I saw Jagged signaling.
Jagged's going to pile drive him.
Looks like he's going to give.
Oh, he's going to pile drive him on the championship.
What?
So the music's
What's
queued up.
happening? What?
The music was queued up. I'm gonna cut it for copyright purposes and stuff there. Because you don't want to get flagged on YouTube or anything like that. The music's queued up. It starts out. They're lost. They're confused. There you see Adrian Hawkins. Long history with Buck. I mean, these guys have fought alongside, and as of recent, they've against one another in the whole Sexton Alliance approved feud. So you clearly can tell he is not done with Billy Buck. He has been gone for a while. He's going to come out, and he's going to, of course, he's got to continue this feud that he's had with Buck. So
Adrian Hawkins is so good. He knows how to generate heat.
He's literally the most hated guy at Southern Fried, right? That's all,
Adriana. I'm gonna be like Mooney. Adriana. I can hear him chanting right now.
Yeah.
He always likes to get comfortable before he works.
Yeah. He's not going to work in his full suit. No. The question has become how in the Hawkins doesn't really have the connection, right? And still doesn't.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. Oh, that was good.
The reaction from the crowd's phenomenal. Like you said, you can't, in that building.
He's getting a positive reaction.
Adrian Hawkins, you can see the fans are cheering him.
Wow.
It was wild. It was one of those moments I'm getting goosebumps watching now because we've hated him for so long.
Oh, that's a classic one. They back into each other.
So Buck, they've had their feud going. CT had snatched the title. CT grabbed the belt. He's leaving. He's champ. CT Keys, let's don't take anything away from it. CT Keys is your new Southern Fried champion. The question, that was on everybody's mind, of course, is so what do we go? What now?
Todd Sexton is so good at drama after the final bell rings.
Yeah. And the $1 million question is going to become, Myron. You're not going to get in it. He did not shake his hand, and so you got to come out to Southern Fried and see what's next. That's the big
show, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, kind of.
So hopefully you're off on the next show.
Yeah.
So because we're going to see what's next. Because what's next? Does Billy Buck get a rematch versus CT Keys? Adrian Hawkins, is he in line? Does he want a shot at CT Keys? How does he involve with Buck? Are they friends again? Are they still frenemies? Or what are they now? Or is the enemy of my enemy my friend, right? Is that where we're at with those guys? So
it could be, man.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
So in layers there, you want to talk about a fighting champion that Billy Buck was, show after show after show defending that title. Finally, CT's climbs the mountain.
Yeah.
Top guy. Look, we've said it multiple times throughout the watch along. Much credit to one Jagged Edge for getting him there.
Yeah.
Don't take anything away from CT Keys, by the way. We've said for years, he's a gifted athlete. He's a natural. He looks like he's a star in the making. He just it was funny. We were talking about the different. It's something I stole from one of my favorite movies of all time, Waiting. Is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little bit extra.
Yeah.
Jagged's the little bit extra.
Yeah.
That put CT Keys over to the next level. But man, look, we always talk about that pendulum of the fans hating somebody to the swinging to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I think Adrian Hawkins is about to be that, the reaction he got.
Southern heel turn, face turn.
Yeah.
So beautifully done. Folks, if you haven't got to check out Southern Fried Wrestling, I recommend it highly. There are so many good wrestling shows in Georgia right now, but they're one of my top priorities to get to when they run. If I can be at a wrestling show on that night, I'm going to be there.
Listen, I'm going to put Billy Buck, CT Keys. I'm going to put, Southern Fried, their YouTube channel, the social media for all these guys. Give them a follow, give them, check them out. If you look, because here's my take. If you live in Georgia, they're in Monroe, go see them. Buy a ticket and go see them. I get it. If you live in Texas, you can't. If you live in England, we understand. You can't. Go subscribe to them on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. Check out their YouTube channel and give them a look, man. Check it out. Check out the whole Crossroads show. They do it in parts, I think, because it's a pretty big show. But definitely check them out, man. Give them a follow. I'm sure they would appreciate it. We would as well. We always tell everybody, like, we're trying to do this so more people get seen and more people get, that's what we want. Like, I would love for to say, like, hey, Billy Buck wrestling in NWA or, somewhere, and then, CT Keys is over in England wrestling for somebody. How cool would that be?
Yeah.
So, but, man, check them out. Again, give them all a follow. I'm going to put it in the show notes. I'll have the links for the YouTube channel for Southern Fried, and then I'll try to get their social medias if the best I can find them and share those in there as well. So, well, what'd you think, man?
I enjoyed it. Good, solid match. All the things about Southern style wrestling I love. I was very pleased. With all of that.
Yeah,
Once
good
again,
job.
Booked by Todd Sexton, who is one of the top bookers in Georgia. There's probably 3 of the best bookers in the country currently working in Georgia, and Todd Sexton's one of them.
I agree. But anything you want to wrap up on a bow before we get out of here or anything, man? Or
Man, I enjoyed a wrestling match. That was cool.
Yeah. Well, check them out, man. More of these to come. This thing, I don't know, like I said, how long it'll be behind the paywall before we release it out to the public. But we definitely will. So make sure, if you didn't, make sure you're heading over to our YouTube channel, Tapped Out Wrestling Podcast, Tapped Out Podcast Network. Give us a subscribe. Like I said, if you want this stuff early, you can you can join and become a member. Otherwise, this stuff will be on the YouTube channel. It will not be on the podcast feed. We don't do these on the podcast feed. That is just for our weekly show. So that being said, man, well, if you've got nothing else, man, what's the old saying, brother? If I've got nothing and you've got nothing, what time is it?
It's time to tap out.